Welcome to Pull Up Podcast.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
Two special guests, Ty from Dain from Known.
There we go.
Ty from Exotic Matter. And then Rolled Up Reviews and GT.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys.
Today. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, seriously.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
We got it all of a sudden went from one drop to trying these two guys. So we have a lot.
What is that? That's the snickerdoodle?
Snickerdoodle, yeah.
Wow.
And but the main reason today is there's a collaboration between these guys, and they're releasing donuts and flour, correct?
Donuts and rosin.
Donuts and
Yes.
rosin.
Yes.
Which obviously, to start with Known, you guys won. I forget what the award was for Tallyman.
Yeah, the Bring Your Best Dab. So that's really how Ty and our group, Exotic Matter and Known, got connected. Really got invited out through High Tech to the Bring Your Best Dab event, which was like early on, a couple months before we even started up our business. So it was something like we really planned for, and we had some nice cuts of Tallyman, and we actually just completely planned that out for the event. And it just timed itself out perfectly, and we ended up taking home 3 of 4 of the awards. And yeah, ever since then, it's kind of just been history. Really connecting with Exotic Matter has been big. Just guys in the industry that reach out with open arms, but also have big goals and big expectations. So it's been great working with them so far.
Nice. So Ty, you've been going at this for a minute. We've known each other for a while. It's been, I don't know,
At least 2-3 years.
When is the actual first time we talked?
Fatties?
Shit.
I don't know. I
sure.
can't remember. Yeah, it's been a few years at least.
Yeah, definitely.
So what kind of drove you? And then Dain, you can talk about this too. Like, what drove you guys to want to try to do something together?
Oh yeah, man. Well, once we all hit the Tallyman, and we were like, damn, this is fire. When we heard that they were hand washing out of the brute, and versus a production setup like an Osprey or whatever, we just knew that was kind of the hands-on, truly small batch approach that aligns with what we want to do. So we hit them up, send them over a batch. We're about to drop it this coming Saturday at.
I don't think we mentioned what they're dropping, have we? What are they dropping? The
Blue
what's the
Yuzu.
strain? Yeah, the strain.
Blue Yuzu,
Yes.
I got that YouTuber tech with the hand.
Supposedly, me and George are doing a dab of it today.
Yeah, apparently. Something like that. We'll
Yep.
figure it out.
Actually, let's run it up right here.
Yeah, go for it first, Andrew. You're up.
I'll do it. Damn, he
You temped
had
out
to
perfect.
take a very generous
Yeah,
amount of
started out.
rosin. It wasn't like a little bit. It was a very generous amount.
I'm rolling up some fruit stand right now from Exotic Matter.
Fire Farmer drop.
Fire.
We grew a few of them. They're coming. Testing low, so metric, They're not bred for metric. They're bred for real smokers that smoke for flavor.
Smoke for taste.
I feel like
The
that's going to
Snickers.
change.
What's going to change?
Just the metric market. I understand it's always going to have that, but I just think more and more people are going to come out with the fire and see the fire. And
I agree.
I'm just curious in the next 3 years because the real smokers know like THC percentage don't matter.
And I feel like the more consumer education that there is happening, which there is, more and more people will start understanding. Like you said, the THC thing I think will always be there.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, from what I've heard and been told by some craft beer experts that I know, is that there was a similar wave in the craft beer space early on where it was like all about percentage, and then people got educated into the different styles and flavors that come with the different hops variations, and then it started becoming more about that and less about percentage. I'm going to get this fucked up for $5 or $6 a pint,
Yep.
Yeah, and I feel like the craft beer industry is like a good example of how as things get more expensive for quality, people stop looking at that kind of stuff because it's like it's more so the connoisseur market's like I'm searching for this specific thing. I'm searching for flavor. I'm searching for high. Like those, the market of people who are looking for that kind of stuff, they don't really care about numbers and that kind of stuff. And I think it's still taking time for small batch people to really like be able to get into the market. The entry in the market was so hard in the beginning. Like it was so expensive to submit an app to get a license. Like the first few years. Now that we get smaller people that can have like, they can have grows that could be self-funded and actually like not have to spend millions. We'll be able to see, I think, better quality, like you're saying. And then consumers, I don't think there's ever really been these kind of discussions for consumers to like to hear people who do smoke that way or look at product that way, for them to like go and reference. There's a few, but like out of our actual state, it's pretty minimal.
Yeah, I feel like Michigan is one of the states that isn't really, we're on metric, or like there aren't consumers like us where they're going and not really caring about the THC percentage. There's more consumers where it's like, okay, what is the THC percentage? What is the best deal? Those types of things are what really does sell, I feel like, here in Michigan. So Ty is from Exotic Matter and Dain is from Known. We kind of wanted to ask you guys both how you guys both kind of got into the industry and how did you guys get caught up in, or, you know, start with, for Ty, Exotic Matter, and for Dain, Known. Either of you want to start?
Yeah, go ahead, Ty.
Shit. Exotic Matters, basically just a group of friends that have been taking risks for a long time. My boys Joe and Jesse are really the masterminds behind Exotic Matter. They picked me and Bruce out, drafted us off the street, put us in our positions, and we just been grinding together as a team. It just feels like, I don't know, like probably like how old dudes feel when they work on like building cars in the garage together with the crew. Like that's the vibes at Exotic Matter. So we got the 54 plant indoor facility up north, and then we also have an outdoor farm on some like ancestral land of Jesse's on an ancient glacial riverbed. It's like there's 4 glacial tiers that lead down into the Manistee River into Lake Michigan. So it's up in like Michigan wine country. So it's really got some special.
Is it UP?
No, it's
okay.
It's in Brethren, so it's near Manistee. So kind of actually like 30 minutes from where Known is. And yeah, so there's just some special stuff going on in the dirt. Jesse grew up amending the soil there with his grandpa. They would grow vegetables in the same areas that we plant plants now.
Fire.
So there's just some cool vibes. You guys will definitely have to come out this summer to the cookout that we have every year. But yeah, man, I guess that's a little background of the company.
When did Exotic Matter start?
Well, Exotic Matter and the original kind of coming together of the crew, 2009.
Wow, amazing. So you guys have all known each other for that long?
Grand Rapids.
All of you have known one another for that long? Bruce, Ty, everybody, Jesse?
So I've known Bruce longer. I've known Dunbar longer. I met Jesse in 2008.
Wow.
So I guess, yeah.
It's a hot minute.
Yep. Grand Valley State is where we all went to school and kind of met. And, you know, I was always more of a social guy, and they were always just, like, secretive. And whenever I crossed paths with them, they were always just sharing, like, the most fire weed. And they would never really be transparent about who it was coming from, but everyone kind of knew that they were growing it. You know what I'm saying? So it was that kind of thing. So, yeah, met them early on, and they were just always like the mysterious dudes with the best weed in Grand Rapids. And then, yeah, kind of became friends that way.
That's always a blessing.
You could never really get what you wanted, though. It was always like, here's an eighth, bro. And you're like, could I get like at least
2 zips?
Yeah, you're like, no, but you can have this eighth that I'm giving you for free. So it's like, okay, you're dope. But so yeah,
that's awesome.
And these are all just alleged stories.
For sure, everything. Dain, when did you first get your foot wet into the industry and all the Known guys kind of get put together? How did that assemble?
So yeah, really came to part really pretty organically. Didn't really know these guys up until about time flies now. It's been like 4 years since we first met, and we're all from Ohio. So we're all from the Dayton, Ohio area, and you know, we kind of found each other through the cannabis industry per se, and yeah, really we kind of first met going to a Bitcoin conference. So,
No way.
yeah, I knew we all had a business mind. I knew our other partner, Tyler, actually. I know him first, just through baseball and whatnot. And of course, we were just always smoking together. And he would always bring these two brothers together. They would always come by the house. We would smoke out, always grab food. And, you know, just kind of organically happened. We're all in our 20s, and it's pretty hard to find younger guys with the same mindset as you, especially
Very
when
true.
it comes to this industry, and especially, you know, growing up in Ohio, it was so slandered, you know, coming from small towns, like, you know, it's hard to explain sometimes to people, like, what we've went through, and not saying it's like we went through a bunch of stuff, but just coming from Ohio and coming to here, not to go all over the place, but it really does feel like how they talk about, you know, going from one country and then you go into Amsterdam. It literally feels like that. Like every
In
time
Michigan?
every time you come up to Michigan, it's like you can pass the border and you're like, all right, cool. So kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier with the metric system, I really liked, and us partners, we all liked how Michigan, you know, we think it's like, quote unquote, you know, the next Cali or whatever they want to call it. But Michigan's something that's always been on our eye. We would always come up to the cannabis cups. Like, it's funny because before we ever even, this is the Blue Yuzu, by the way. And we forgot to mention, it's actually the donuts we're dropping is the Blue Yuzu flower X Blue Yuzu rosin.
Is it all single source, the Blue Yuzu? Is it basically?
Well, I mean, it's
It's an Exotic Matter, like all, but like
oh
they're
yes,
washed
yeah,
by
it's
no.
a selection,
Yes.
an Exotic Matter exclusive selection, and then washed by known. So it wouldn't technically be single source, but you know, it's one thing that sometimes I wonder about is like, is single source better, or is it better to find
The material, yeah.
the best washer you can
with the best material.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So I guess there's different advantages to both, and I just hit this for the first time, and I think it's pretty fire.
It was super smooth. I'll be honest with you. And for
The
someone who
terps,
doesn't dab, the terps are really good.
Yeah, not to go all over the place, but yeah, we've known each other as partners for like 3 years, and we started applying for the license in like September of 2021, and I'm sure you guys know that whole license process takes forever. But we started looking for a building. We just started traveling all over the state of Michigan. We looked at 7 different locations. Spent a weekend up at one township up north of Traverse City, talking to the township, trying to convince them to, you know, legalize it in their township. They said no. And so the spot we ended up in is, you know, Traverse City. So it really chose us. Like a lot of people ask, like, why did you choose that? And it's like, it chose us.
Yeah, I remember when we were talking about that.
But yeah, the partners have been huge. It's my first time ever having partners in a business. And, you know, one thing I know is it's really hard to find an employee that's going to work as hard as a business owner. So just listening to how Ty and their crew started out, like, you know, we're in 2008 or 2009 where you guys are. So, like, our goal and, you know, our dream, we'd be blessed to be, you know, 15 years down the road. And so that's our goal. You know, we're working really hard. Shout out my partners, Tyler, Kyle, Brandon, and Gary. They're all putting in, like, it's 7 days a week over at Known. It's we're all owner-operators. Don't have employees yet. You know, we first opened in, like, the middle of November 2023, so we're only a couple months old. But, yeah, going hard. And, you know, I think we all kind of chose each other. It wasn't, you know, one of us saying, hey, you're my partner, I want you to be. You know, we kind of all just formed it as a team. And so, yeah, really, it took 26 months is kind of the date we put it on it, from the day we got the property to the day we actually opened. We were up living out of a small little camper together on the weekends, working our ass off on the building, doing the whole renovation ourselves, and then driving back to Ohio like every weekend.
You guys put in some work driving. I can say that for sure.
It was crazy, and yeah, hard work, it always pays off. But yeah, having the right team is super key, and I see that with you guys. Might not have talked about it before, but we watch a lot of people, and we learn a lot from people as well. So seeing crews like you guys, seeing Jesse and Ty's crew stay together for 15 years, that's really our focus. But yeah, we're here to bring the quality to the market. We're connoisseurs first, so what we always say is we're not going to release anything to the market that we wouldn't consume ourselves. And I think the biggest issue we have is finding that right source material. And somebody like Exotic Matter, it's washing that material, it's a lot of fun because it's just coming out super fire, on point. And when you're working with growers that know what they're doing, it's huge. So we're excited to be here. Appreciate Michigan welcoming us with open arms.
Shout out Michigan.
GT's
Big
been a good example, and not just kissing his ass, but he's just like a good example of the rest of Michigan. It's just like a lot of open arms. They expect a lot out of you. It's just loyalty and hard work, and that's what we're here to prove. So appreciate everybody in Michigan with the open arms, and yeah, excited to be here.
So go ahead, Andrew.
I was going to say, how'd you initially meet GT?
I don't know.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Instagram. He probably laugh at me, but yeah, I probably hit him up like 9 months before we even had our license, because it's like, yo, bro, we're getting our license in 2 months. And then it was one thing after another with, the regulations, building departments, whatnot. So, yeah, I guess we just met up. It wasn't even but a couple months ago. Had a little sesh, a parking lot sesh, really, with just some of the homies. And, it's when you get to this age, you can meet people pretty fast and tell whether some cool cats or not. And,
agreed.
We've hit it off with them and their crew, Julius, Anthony, all the boys. So
Shout out the team.
Did he troll you the first time you met him, or was it just normal conversation?
No, I think he was probably just trying to feel me out a little bit, feel out the show, it didn't take long.
I got trolled the first time, so I'm just checking. George came at me heavy. The first
That wasn't
time I
that
talked to
heavy.
him. Yeah.
How long have you guys known each other?
2, 3
we
years.
got to check the comment. That's basically the day.
I swear it is.
I had started doing reviews. And
It wasn't called Rolled Up Reviews. It was called Detroit or something.
I forget the name back then.
I don't
It was,
remember.
Something Michigan Weed.
Michigan Weed Reviews
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I was like, it doesn't make sense. Keep it that. Like, because I'm buying Cali weed just as often as I buy Michigan weed. So
Right.
It's like I might as well do all of it. George commented something about Ash, saying like, "What do you think about this and this and this?" Kind of like testing me to see if I knew what I was talking
Because the number that he had given the Ash was like, I was like, I don't know if that would be like an 8 or 9 or whatever it was.
about. Yeah, and then
Then
basically
we started
we just-
DMing. Yeah.
Yeah, then we DM'd and we linked up and smoked one, and
Yeah.
he was trying to get in the metric market, and
Mhm.
was like, I was like, I don't know how exactly to do it, but let me see if I could help. I was working at our processing center, and I didn't really understand it that well, but after a little while I figured it out, and they started doing rolls for fatties.
Yes.
And yeah, that was basically ever since. I've seen George probably as much as probably more than most of my family
I swear.
since then.
So you guys are doing this Blue Yuzu on Blue Yuzu. I know there's a premiere. You guys want to shout out the Dispo and plug them in and kind of give some details about that?
Yup. So, it'll probably be released the day that the event's happening. But
Yeah, we're
dropping.
trying to release it the 16th. So, and then your release is the 16th, right? Okay.
Yup. So yeah, March 16th at Quality Roots, we're dropping it. We're gonna be there in store, hanging out for the day, for a couple hours actually. Got donuts, coffee to start the day.
Fire.
Got some. We got the collabs, and we got just like some exclusive giveaways with every jar and donut. So just some unreleased hats. And then we got these Exotic Matter donut ashtrays with every donut.
Fire.
So yeah, should be dope.
How nice would it be if you could pull up to these things and like there's just a room where you could smoke with like it'd be
At a
so nice.
dispensary?
Yeah, like this kind of conversation to most
Yeah.
people that smoke, to most people that are coming in. Like this is the sesh they would want to have. You know what I mean?
I'm going back to the beer industry, but yeah, when I worked in bars, the rep could come in with the beer.
Mhm.
You could try all the new flavors, and that in like for brands like ours that are based on quality, like that's a makes the sales a lot easy when I can
Right.
just show you how fire this is and you can smoke it, and then you're like, yeah, let's run it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not. You're not wrong. That's actually would be amazing. Like samples at Costco, literally.
Yeah, and I truly think that day's for sure coming. And I think it's always good that, we're in the market before that happens. But I don't know about you guys, but I truly feel like it's going to be more of treated like alcohol in the future. Maybe like not 5 years, but 15, 20, hopefully not that long. But I do see some time in our lifetime that
Yeah,
changing.
I see that too. I could see it. I think it'll just get refined and get better. The more like our age group kind of comes along too and starts talking to these people at the state and stuff like that, like we can actually dictate some of the rules and change some of them to where like we're like, this is what people who actually smoke weed want to do when they go to a dispensary. So let's figure out how to make the regulations like that.
Consumption lounges, I think, will start popping off this year. I hope, at least in Michigan, or clubs or something like that.
There's a few that were supposed to be coming out this year, right?
Yep. Only Alien in KZoo just opened. It's like
Only
a micro.
Alien?
It's called Only Alien. It's a micro with a consumption. And
Oh, that's
Hotbox
really cool.
Hotbox Social's still open for private events.
Mm.
You can still rent it out.
I always thought that was gonna go public eventually. I didn't.
They had some like couple public nights, but I think it was like $30 to go smoke there, like a per person,
Oh, okay.
or something like that. So it wasn't really popping off.
Yeah.
Um,
So there's one in there's one up north somewhere.
Yeah, and I know which one you're talking about.
That one.
Remy Rolls goes to that one.
That one got shut down. Or I
Really?
mean, they closed it, but it's up for sale now.
What was the name of
If
it?
you want to buy it, Harry Barrett's just selling it.
What's the name
he's
of
the
it?
realtor.
Shout out.
Yep.
I forgot the name of it.
I went to
Kalkushka Lounge.
Kalkushka,
Yeah,
yes.
And the retail that's
They're
connected
selling?
to it is is a botanical company.
They're selling, really? I
Yep.
thought they were doing good.
I don't
Like
know.
smoke shop wise, like smoke lounge wise.
I know the lounge just it's hard to get traffic up there.
For sure.
Yeah, the model doesn't really like make a lounge sustainable for itself. It has to be attached to something else in the building.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's so easy. Like, I don't know if you guys have been to the one in Vegas or if it's changed, but I went out to the one in Vegas in 2019, and it was a dispensary and a lounge, and it was probably, by far the best dispensary I've been into. Like, I remember it like it was like yesterday. It was
Wasn't it?
great time.
So I went to a lounge in Vegas, and they only let me smoke the weed that I buy there.
Yeah, so that's how it was. You had to go
Yeah.
up and buy like a $10 point dab, whatever it was, 0.2. But,
Yeah.
that's still better than nothing. But
True, very true. Yeah.
You guys see this deli style rosin and wax type of stuff now going on at dispensaries here in Michigan?
I've seen it at one dispensary.
Yeah, it
we
is.
got a lot of people asking us for it.
I saw your guys' stuff at what's it called over here in Hazel Park?
Has Deli?
The
Yeah.
Hive, yeah, we're a little unsure about it, so we we sold it to them, just assuming like they were just selling
This is
it as
also an
bulk.
alleged situation. Just to.
And then it's, and we let them. We're cool with them. We've talked, but we're
I
like,
think it's the Hive.
we're not sure how we feel about having, known
It's-
bulk, but at the same time, like, it is what it is. If the metric market wants
So
it,
that's interesting because I've kind of noticed people like I've never seen that flour. People seem to tend to
Want
go
bulk.
towards bulk.
Yeah.
Like for
And they're selling
most
it
of
for
the product.
crazy, bro.
The rosin or the flower?
The rosin, dude. It was like the Society C. It was like 15 bucks a G. People are going crazy.
Like they want it?
And supposedly Society C says it's like first, second press. Or
Well, supposedly.
yeah. So
Yeah. Not to say
I
it's
think it's.
not, but that seems crazy to even.
I mean, it looked good though, so I don't know. I was in there. I was checking it out. I got the. I actually grabbed the spritzer, rolled up some donuts with it,
Okay.
and
Were
yeah.
you mad at it? Was it
No,
straight
dude, not for
donut,
15 a G, dude.
Right.
Okay.
And I mean, it was nice color. It had terps, so I don't know. It was a pretty interesting, very interesting thing. That's the only store I've
never
seen it
thought
at.
of it that way.
But like having the jar open all day, open and close all day, like little particles, bud tender eyelashes and shit. Like I'm not trying to do bulk rosin.
Yeah, no.
Long term, I want to buy a jar.
I mean, I've heard that. Honestly, I feel like that's got to be kind of the way it goes. 'Cause there is like,
And everyone grabs the jar too. I saw the dude in front of me. You know, he's like, just like, come on, dude, let's go. Yeah, I don't know.
just diving deep in there. What if that dude's got
really
a booger
selling the
hanging out or
pre-pack.
something?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think rosin is definitely taken over in the metric market.
Oh yeah,
Just visiting different dispensaries today, even a lot of the bud tenders are like, yeah, live resin's kind of getting, it's always going to be around, and it's nothing, no knock on that. But definitely seeing that transition almost a little faster than I thought. A lot of stores, maybe not faster, that's hard for me to say. We've been smoking rosin for years now, but it's just good to see people at least seeing what it is.
yeah. And I think I see like a closer connection between the rosin metric and black market than there is between the flower metric and the flower black market.
The crossover, right?
Yeah, there's more of a crossover,
Yeah.
and now there's like a few guys between like Known, 710, Eastside Alchemy, The Wave, like
Archive.
their archive. These are guys that were like pushing on the traditional front before, so
Yeah. I'll
they
be
still
honest,
get the respect a little more, like a little more, and there's just like a little bit of a crossover. I think I don't know. That's just something I felt like I've noticed.
I think that's a big thing.
Yep. Not that there's not, but it's with the rosin. It's since it's a little bit more of a niche than flower, that allowed them to kind of galvanize that group's those connections a little more. I think.
feel like you also can't produce as much of it, right? Like, for you to see really good batches, the amount of rosin that's produced versus like flour. So like even when, like right now, I agree 100%. Like I think you're excited about both sides. There's brands on the black market that are amazing, and the last year really brought out brands on the metric side that are like really good. All the brands you named. But this is the most for me too that I've actually gone. Like I've bought rosin from metric, from black market, and like I don't really even compare it for the most part. Whereas like flour in the industry is tough.
Dane, do you want to dab this?
For sure.
Pass it over.
You can go ahead now.
What up?
Go over there, man. Rip it.
You got a sec too. It's at like 580, so no.
Yeah, then we'll ask you to renounce Ohio once you sit back down.
What does that mean?
We're going to make him admit Michigan is nicer to live in than Ohio.
Ohio just went wreck, no?
I mean, he basically did, just based on the fact that
He moved.
it's just relaxing, bro. When you like you said, when you get over the border and you can just let loose a little bit.
Yes.
I want to know how it is living up there. Like that's something I always think about.
Traverse City?
Yeah, because we live everything's so fast paced down here.
Oh yeah.
And then you go up there and everything's like,
Well, Traverse City is still a madhouse these days because everyone's moved up there by now. But yeah, it's still, you still have a lot of access to the great outdoors though.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, you can get around and enjoy a lot. And I think where you're from is, or where you guys are at, is kind of like in a cool area of Traverse where it's like a little chiller and not like wild.
You guys probably don't have much free time. What do you guys do when you get some free time up there?
No free time yet, but
None, just none at all.
no, it's been crazy. But we're about to. But golfing, something we've got into. At least I've gotten into in the last year. But my partners have always been into it. So
Heck yeah.
Nice.
I'm always the one that you're gonna laugh at me. I don't even know the word for it, but I'm always the one making the last shot. But it's been a lot of fun.
Hey,
But
you gotta start somewhere.
yeah, we're all outdoors guys. So Traverse City just really fits in with us. The
Man, very nice.
Sleeping Bear Dunes. We always call it the. This is a joke, by the way, so we don't get held up. But any employee we hire has got to do the
climb.
climb, the Sleeping Bear Dunes climb.
It's like $3,000.
Yeah, $3,000
You don't
to
make
get
it back.
rescued.
You get rescued.
But
Everybody's done that hike here. Have you done it? You guys?
I don't know.
Have you done it?
oh yeah, a couple times.
I've done it 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, man.
You have?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Down and
What
up.
bullshit? Ask him.
I'm just kidding. I think he's done it more than me.
I did it with.
We're gonna do it this summer.
I did it with the
Listen, I'm
guys when
down.
we went for the trip with Lath, and then one more time after that with like the family. 100%.
So wait, was it the one at the park? Was it the one that runs down into a parking lot or the water?
The water.
Okay, yeah, that's the
All right.
next level one. All right, dang.
Come on, man.
So you guys will have to come up this summer. So it's a lot of fun.
I think
up
we
there.
record podcast number 2 up there
Wow, that'd be crazy.
for a weekend.
In a big field of weed if you want.
That
That'd
sounds
be
good.
dope.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
That'd be
another
fun.
thing to go back to the people from Michigan, but it's not just the stoners. Like some of the older folks in the community, they're super cool about it up there. Just people that don't smoke in general, like a lot of business guys too. You know, you got your contractors, everybody. So the whole state of Michigan's hip to it, and you know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Ohio's wrecked now," but if you're from Ohio, it's really hard to explain to like dispo owners. They're like, "We're gonna see a wave. It's gonna slow down from Ohio," and I'm like, you know, I'm sure it is a little bit, but I don't think like Ohio's got a lot of work, like years worth of work to catch up to Michigan. So I think like the real connoisseurs know, like, I mean, nobody's scared of competition if you believe in your brand. So that's just an Ohio thing. They're behind, so they got some catching up.
I don't
do,
think
but I'm
any-
happy to see it wreck.
Yeah, that's a great thing that they're going rec. It's like steps in the right direction for
But
sure.
it is and isn't, because it's like
No?
I don't want to speak on it because I'm not like a
Yeah,
lawyer
right,
or
right,
law
right.
type guy, but I just wonder if it's playing in the hands of you know, corporate money,
For sure.
which it's always going to. But it's better than
Yeah, crazy
Kentucky or
startup
something.
costs.
I mean, at
stuff
least-
that makes it hard for
hard for quality.
regular
Yeah,
working
yeah,
people
yeah.
to go and get a business like
And that's where the quality comes from.
all
you-
day.
So
It's weird because they make it like those big companies that try to like monopolize the market and kind of just like make it expensive to play. There's always a blend of it. I don't get it. Like there's mass production in wine, and then there's like the 10% that's really good wine. Like it's every other industry is that way. So like why not? Like you said, you're not scared of competition. Just let everybody play.
yeah,
And like that, iron, like iron sharpens iron.
Right.
So you're just gonna drive everyone else to keep getting better and better.
yeah, we're pretty big, my partners, and at least, you know, myself, but just kind of like think about it like an athlete. It's just got to put in the work, and competition's always going to be there. So you got to welcome it with open arms. So
What are some terps you you prefer to wash?
see,
Let's say if you had a perfect world where you could just choose some strains. What are some strains you choose?
I'm a little bit different, so I'm not speaking for Known itself here.
Yeah, this is Dain.
This is for Dain, but I'm a huge, like, I think my favorite strain is the Blue 16 from Nugs for Days, washed by Connoisseur Creations. Like, that's my go-to, which is just like that super indica cookie. That's a blue cookie times Project 4516. from Grandiflora. So I believe it's basically like a gelato crossed with a blue cookie, and that blue cookie's from I believe Selsky the rapper out in the Bay. A lot of people don't know that. It's actually the Two Took cookies. Anyway, that's like my go-to terp. That and the permanent marker has been the most recent thing that's been hitting like that. Like I'm just a super like gas.
What's your favorite permanent marker band? Shout out Austin from Connoisseur. His
Yeah,
rosin's
for
amazing.
sure. Select Pheno. I got his
Select
permanent
permanent
marker.
marker.
That Select is that's what I was looking for. He was funny because he knows my terp, and we were smoking, and he must have had that one saved. It's just like, I got something you're gonna like. And he
Like, I
pulled it
know,
out.
I know you like
He was
this.
like, "This is on your palette list," and he pulled it out, and I'm like, "You know me well." I like that one for sure. So.
How'd you enjoy working with Kevin?
Kevin's the man. I think I've never met him. He's like a mad. I don't want to call him a mad scientist, but he's like, I don't even know what word to
He's a
describe
nice
him.
scientist.
Nice. Yeah, he's one of the most educated
That's
guys I've
perfect.
ever
He's a
met.
nice scientist.
And the way he breaks things down is, it's just next level. Super clean. And a lot of guys, not speaking on anyone, but it's just like he's speaking with just pure experience, and he's speaking with results. And his step-by-step process, super thorough, super great guy. And, I think he just cares about the plant, cares about the industry, and the one thing I really like about him and a lot of the guys we see on the black market, like, welcoming us with, open arms, because it's just that same thing. Like, we're not slowing him down. He's not slowing us down. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's always going to be like that, I feel like. So
It's cool to see. So I'm on Twitter a good amount, and Twitter's like a world of trolls. Just like people bickering back and forth.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of our industry's kind of like that. Like the people that, but it's cool to see, like you said, people like Kevin, like you guys, where like, it's not, oh, you create this product in this market. You just create this product, and let's work with each other
Exactly.
and help each other to create better stuff.
Yep.
And then like working with these guys, like you said, you don't necessarily, Exotic Matter doesn't want to wash. Exotic Matter just wants to work with people who are good at their craft. Like, that's in itself is, the collaboration is very cool.
And I think the biggest misconception I think people have with rosin companies is, we always say, like, you can't, like, turn shit to gold, I guess. And, is one way to say it. But it's basically like, like I used to say 90-10, but it's maybe like 80-20. It's like grower is the 80% of what you're getting out, and 20% is the washer, because it just all starts with the flower. And I think that's, if there's a problem with the rosin on the market, that's just because, there's a problem with the flower.
Inputs matter.
So, it goes both ways. And as Ty said, they want to work with people that have good processes, but we vice versa want to work with people who have good flower. And it's tough to find.
What kind of terps is Ty smoking on?
Oh, shit.
All the terps.
A lot. When I was just in Cali, I got some LA Family Farms Mimosa. It was the Z times Mimosa rosin that he dropped. Fire. I love citrus terps. I don't give a fuck if people don't like them. Also got the Banana God, Feel Good LA, Surge Cannabis rosin collab while we were out there. My favorite terps are candy, fruit, and I can speak for everyone on Exotic Matter, where we'll get excited about like Fire Z rosin, like candy. I mean, everyone likes OG terps too, gassy, funky, but everyone's getting excited about the papayas, the Z, that Pack Legends grape cream cake. Back to what you said, Select. Like, Select's definitely probably my most smoked rosin. Best jars, most consistent.
Agreed.
Pack Legends, 710. Eastside Alchemy, Known. Those have been the jars I've been buying recently.
You like to dab mostly,
Oh,
or are you flower? What's like go to?
they're
pick
both,
one.
They're both go-to.
You only have to pick one to go to the island.
Oh, fuck.
Which one is you taking to the island? That's it. That's it. Which one?
Damn, dude, right now.
Yeah, in this current state of Thai, what are you picking?
Fuck. Dude, I can't pick.
Then you don't take anything to the island.
Oh.
If I'm on the island, I'd like flour better, but I think I would do a rig.
Yeah, and is it unlimited
How am I-
supply?
Yeah,
what if-
unlimited. It's with you. That's it. That's one of the things that you'll have on the island forever. For me, flour and a joint. That's it. Done.
Yeah, but what about storing the flour?
Whatever. It's gonna
That's
come.
included,
That's
you're
included
saying.
in your
Okay,
in your
okay.
bundle.
You get stranded on the island, you get a house to store your weed.
Everything.
All right,
Just
fair
you
enough.
bring your weed.
Only one of them exists.
Would you guys ever want
I'd be
to?
straight either way.
For sure.
Yeah.
So either or, you're happy with both.
Yeah, if I'm with you, if it's just me and you, I'll do flour.
Hell yeah.
I'll do flour. Just so.
Well, I'll bring the flour. You bring the rosin.
All right.
There you go. Good deal.
Dane, you're gonna pick rosin or no?
I'll be honest. I would do. I'd do donut.
You do donut. Okay,
Oh,
bet.
It's a
damn.
surpriser.
That's a
Loophole.
good one. Loophole. Yeah,
Loophole.
exactly.
That's a good
before I met you guys, but I'd do probably like some cherry poppers flour with maybe like the Taliman cold cure.
Wow.
A little bit of indica, a little bit of
Yes.
hybrid. So get best of both worlds in the donut. So I think those are sticking around for a long time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Who do you
Donut
guys,
combos, man.
Who do you guys think can be credited with the first donut?
Credited with the first donut? Man, so many people are going to get mad
So,
about
yeah,
this.
I can't say it
I'm not
accurately.
bringing that up.
I'll be honest. I saw
It's
saw
like-
donuts in California a
long time
Yeah,
ago,
that's
man.
what I'm saying.
And like the
Years
donut
before we
concept
had
has been around for a minute. Snake in
yeah.
the grass, lace in your joint, all these types
Yeah.
of things. It's become more so commercialized, and I'll give it to them. I guess like Fideli, Roll BMC, all those guys.
Fidel brought it to
you know,
light,
they brought it.
uh,
The
right
hype
around
around
us.
it and whatnot. But like we've been, like you said, we've been buying donuts 5-6 years. Dan's rolling up, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Loaded Co. You know,
It got super hype when Fidel got big, but there were definitely brands before that.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the coolest part about the donuts to me is when people really put the time into curating the right flavors together. Of like Anthony is someone who is so intentional about when he pairs the flour with the
Yeah.
rosin. You taste it. Like every time I get a donut from him, I text him and I'm like, man, this paired perfectly.
Yes.
And he like really breaks it down. And the size matters. Like for me, if it's 1.5 by 0.3, it's like perfect. It doesn't get harsh. I could taste it enough. But everyone's size is different. Like, you guys are that size, right? 1.5 by 0.3
For this
For
donut,
Blue Yuzu,
for the
yeah.
Blue Yuzu. Yeah, I like that size a lot.
that's
Net weight 1.8.
yeah, that's exactly my trick. I'm really excited for, customers and consumers and people who support all of our brands to try this new drop. I think it's going to be great. I think there's some really good stuff coming from Exotic Matter with this Yuzu line. I know Ty was mentioning they're going to have more stuff with that Yuzu line, and I know no one is not stopping with these collabs and differently sourced materials. So I think we're all excited for that, and we're very happy to be a part of it and roll it up. So
Yeah, if I could say one thing, I'm sure the people would like to see some rosin disposables and edibles. So get to work on it.
I think they already
Funny you
are.
mention it because we just got everything in house and the boxes are coming in about 2 weeks. So.
Hey,
Badass. That's
Yep.
sweet. That's sweet to see.
Yeah, we got a bunch of single source material coming up too. We don't want to talk about the flavors too much till they're out, but we got some really exciting stuff.
Amazing.
I think everything in our gardens isn't on metric, so we're excited to see what comes out of there. And yeah, we're super picky who we're working with, so really appreciate Exotic Matter. The flower really translated super well to rosin, and it was a lot of fun to wash. Just came out. The rosin really shows the grower, and it just came out super clean all the way through. So excited for the public. Super small release. I think small batch maybe gets overused, but if you're going to use it, this would be small batch for sure. I think the jars are numbered. So
I was going to say how many.
The jars are numbered 200 out of 200, and but really only 140 of those are actually hitting the market.
Nice.
We had to tuck
R&D.
away a bunch for
We're going to be tastings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we have to. Same with the donuts. The donuts are really limited too. Do they come together? Do you buy them together, or are they separate? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
shout out GT and the crew for rolling those.
Shout out you guys. Thank you.
Awesome collab.
Um,
What are the specific dates, drops? Kind of plug everybody up with the details.
Yeah, March 16th.
Dropping March 16th and evaporating quickly.
Yeah, catch us at Known. They'll be there. I mean, catch us at Quality Roots, Berkeley.
Yep.
Quality Roots, Berkeley. Get your Blue Yuzu donut and your Blue Yuzu rosin.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming on, both of you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Next
You
one
guys.
is somewhere in the Traverse City area, followed
Oh,
by
we'll
golf.
be there.
Let's
Yes.
make it
Followed
We'll
immediately
visit- I wanna
by a
visit
day
the
or two
farm,
of
too.
golf.
Let's do it.
Sir.
Yes.
Golf and cherry pie.
Yeah, there we go. I'm in for
And
that.
cherry poppers times Tallyman. I need that.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a combo.
Yeah.
Might have to make that one work. Thank you guys
Yes.
again.
Thanks, guys.
Catch you guys release. See ya.
All right.